Hello, welcome back to episode 2 of our Shadowrun Returns playthrough. Last episode we finished clearing out the Red Barrens of some Halloweeners, and now we're going to go into the Seamstress Union. Yes, we would like to proceed. Relative to the rest of the Barrens, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstresses Union, housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of Illegal and Opportunity. Bums huddle together, gangers strut the streets, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to this effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name but keeps to themselves. Well, nobody knows our name yet. We're new in town, after all. Oh, find and question Coyote. Cherry Bomb. So who all can we, let's talk to this lovely lady. Okay. Cherry Bomb Bartender is a striking elf sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize Save Me and Take Me in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for the maximum attraction of tips. She gets on her toes to look over the bar at you and smiles big. I wonder if that that line automatically changes if you're a dwarf or versus a taller thing. Hey down there, I haven't seen you here before. What can I get you? Uh, we'll see if she's interested in a date. She giggles with practices, the elf girl next door. That's sweet. Nobody ever asked me that around here. Sorry, baby. I'm off the menu. A drink? Sure, we'll take a whiskey. She starts to turn away when a man with a face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm, hard. It's clear the two have a history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Shane. Sherry, have you been listening? You have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there and he's real. That last killing happened just down the block. And now Coyote's missing. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb. Think. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a freaking... I'm getting a PH freaking D. Oh. Getting a PH freaking D from UW in neuroprosthetics, studying under O'Hammonds. And how am I paying for it? Bartending. Tips. There are faster ways for a Baron's girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? I want what you want. A better life. A better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. Universal Brotherhood. I've heard all this before. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood. Cherry Bomb's face is hard, armored in lipstick, and low expectations. Just realized she's wearing CD cases, old style ones for earrings. The Universal Brotherhood is for people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. This isn't about money, it's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me, attend a discovery meeting, get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Teleshian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. I got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I choose them over any of your brotherhood members. Now buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question that the conversation is over, Cherry Bomb turns her back on him. So we get Shane. Sorry, I got interrupted. He's got the strength of the righteous, doesn't he? Pretty eyes narrow. Be careful about whose conversation you listen in on here. Some folks aren't as friendly as I am. You've got a look that says you're not just here for the entertainment. Are you a badge? I think you know the answer to that. She regards you with a smirk. I do. You're independent. We've trained to spot a bronze the minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? I have a few questions. Guy mentioned Coyote. Is she here? She looks worried. No, I think she's away on business. She a shaman? She laughs. No. She shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. Oh boy. She's been missing for a couple of days now. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? She nods. Sam was a regular customer and a regular pain in the tail for as long as I've been here. Talked a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pocket, it went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, or booze. Cody had a soft spot for him, though. Did you see Sam on the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. Alright, we'll do a quick tell me about this place. Some come here for booze, some for companionship. Others are looking for something they can't get anywhere else. If it's illegal or immoral and it can be bought, sold, rented, or consumed, you can probably find it here. Union seems to attract people like you. Oh man, you are casting some judgment there. Alright, who was that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend. He used to work here. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood, and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that dreck. Who runs this place? I want to talk to them. That'd be Ms Kubota. She's in the back room. You can't mess her. Whiz. No sweat. Talk to you later. Okay. So we have talked to Cherry Bomb. Let's see if Mr. Eric Mersman. Hey guy, I got some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. You want first dibs? Sure, I'll take a look at your extra outfits. Can we see what we're wearing now? Take Alley Punk. One step above a Street Ganger grants HP plus 3 and has armor 4. Dodge plus 1. Tourist look gets intelligence plus 1. Charisma plus 1. Thaumaturgic willpower plus 1. Intelligent plus 1. We're wearing secure Decker clothing. Interesting. Shadowrunning Decker. So we could get the tourist look. Just toss on and head out, perfect for working in the shop. Or we could get the black hat. We're getting absolutely wrecked. We'll take the tourist look, thanks. Oh great, it's a Hawaiian shirt and socks and sandals. Man, that's rough. Alright, so I guess that's all we can talk about with him. I'm at some. Alright. We have some, let's see. No, that's not what I want. We have the data jack for hacking. We have the Street Sweeper shotgun. We have the Sony CTY 360, which is your basic deck for decking or hacking. We have 7 karma that we can use. I think we are going to use some of that. We're going to bump our shotgun skill up. We need to pump our strength up just so we can throw some stuff. But I think we're just going to do shotgun and See what's that? Additional weapon slot if not yet unlocked. Alright. So that's our karma. Somebody over here. Alright, there we go. That wyvern's tooth. Interesting. Jen Parks. The Asian woman's expression reads open for business, but her demeanor reads dealer rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck, a gun on her hip, and a chip on her shoulder. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you could use some firepower. Something simple. I got guns so smart they practically fire themselves. You looking for tech? Got some of that too, if that's the way you roll. Bit rude. You look like you could use a gun, but something real simple. Okay. Yep. Fichetti Beretta Model 70. So we got a pistol, submachine gun, common assault rifle, machete, and a baseball bat. Got a couple of drones and some grenades. May need some of those. Basic medkits. You know what? We'll take a medkit. Show me what you got again. Probably shouldn't be buying stuff right now, just in case the game is going to give me something. Okay, so we can't upgrade our weapon yet. Let's talk to Mr. Clue. Clue? We'll just call him Mr. Clue for now. Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusk and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome, please behave yourself. Funny place for the architect to put a wall. I think that's a good joke. Load bearing, too. You have business here? He's a friend of Sam Watts, you know him? Sure, everyone here knew Sam. Shame to lose part of the family. There's a sharpness in Clue's eye, the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. Figure Sam was the type who needed to be thrown out on occasion. Encouraged called a night, I'd say. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. Usually? What about the night he died? He was a bit agitated, didn't catch the specifics, might have been over a woman. Though I was going to have to show him, thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. Appreciate you talking to me. Happy to help. Alright, so we can now go in here. We got Johnny Clean. The man is dressed like a janitor, but is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look in his eye that says he's more than just a maintenance man. You know, they say tall and rail thin, but that art, he's not thin in the art exactly. Anyway, howdy. Name's Johnny Clean. You knew? I guess he's not cadaverously thin. Yeah, for some... I imagine you've seen all sorts of things in a place like this. True, quite true, and I keep my mouth shut about it, too. That's the secret to keeping a job here and staying alive in general. Gotta work, see you around. Alright, so he's not gonna talk to us. That's Ms Kubota. Let's see, Noog. Noog. Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. Mutter. I told you it's not like that at all. Mutter. Bring me proof and you shall have it. Mutter. I am honored, your majesty. Mutter. That was why I said to use the mustard instead of ketchup. Mutter. Forgive me, Jean. I was a fool. He looks at you in the eye, his other conversations on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. Alright, so he's got magical wares. So this is the guy you would see if you were into magical things. You get spells you can learn. You get conjuring. That could be useful for shamans. Chi casting for physical adepts. And consumables. These create little fetishes or spirits to help you in a battle. Alright, so that's not going to help us. We need to see a hacker dude, but we'll talk to Ms Kubota for now. Ms Kubota, I gotta say that right. Kubota watches you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house, mess with it at your peril," but her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Konbanwa, good evening. It is true what they say, good things come in small packages. Are you enjoying the Seamstress Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely. Or is this business? I'm tempted to ask what's upstairs, but not tempted enough. She laughs. Tell me, Ome, what is it you're looking for? Looking for information. She eyes you suspiciously. Of course you are. Knowledge is power, nay? So I've been told. So Ka, and why should I help you? Said Jake sent me. Jake did send to mention him. I'm glad to hear that Jake Armitage is alive. Again, he lives an interesting life. Very well, if Jake sent you to me, I will help you. What do you want to know? Alright, so it's kind of like asking over, how well did you know Sam? I knew him, we all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could beg or borrow enough union to become altered in some way, drugs, chips, alcohol, didn't matter to Sam. As long as he was bent, he was always looking for his next fixed. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him except Coyote. So nobody actually liked him. You see, Sam the night of his death, he was here, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out of the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. Why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? During the gold rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster the numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know what they would be treated fairly there. Thus, a rich tradition was born. So you're a former seamstress? No, perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's smart, why fear for her? Because she is in a dangerous line of work, and there is always someone smarter, more prepared. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comp. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have an action on my conscience. Here's the key. Okay, so we have a key to Coyote's room. And now we are upstairs. Alright. We can go take a peek at this. Ooh, there's a mid-grade security panel. Set to require a password for entry. We have decking 2. We can hack it. Which means now we can go in this door. And take a look at a teddy bear. Come on. The stuffed bear seems to be hiding something. Ooh, we got some drugs. A little hacking gets you some drugs. What do we get in here? Anything interesting? Poster, couple of posters. Got a hole in the wall, but nothing ultimately interesting about this one. Cody keeps her clothes and boxes on the floor. Alright, can we get a little... Alright, quick pause. Come back in, see if we can get... Not having any luck getting the camera to move. Oh, there we go. Wrong keys. Okay. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished out of a junkyard. Doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on screen. Password? Without the password, the only other button on screen is a password recovery option. Brute force password crack. We have decking 3. Haha. Crack easily unhashes the password. Trust no one, and you're transferred to the desktop. Wow, okay. Got 3 karma. Get into Coyote's computer. Right, calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for date at Pike's Place Market, due in 30 minutes. I guess I know where we're going next. Check out who Paco is. Coyote's contact list has exactly 1 entry, someone named Paco. There's no comlink number or other contact information for him available. Does not seem like a very useful list of contacts. Quick scan of her recent searches show that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It is also suggests more than casual interest in vintage action figures. Alright. Check out her bed. Diary with several papers sticking out of it. Open the diary to the first paper. The receipt stuck between the pages, and a diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, with the real Paco, but his cutter track keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. Try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstress union, but he still goes on these runs. With these bozos all over my floor, I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. Try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last cutter was out the door, I lost it. Told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year. Got my bartending license, got this apartment, and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me, more than his involvement with the cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. Wait, that was the diary entry. Inspect the receipt. A receipt for a Browning Max Power pistol from Gin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. Alright, different page. Second paper. Paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Alright, read the diary entry. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the cutters once. He leaves the apartment with us. See you in a few hours, babe, and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. I read the poem. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Okay. We got a third paper. There is a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Look at the picture. The picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has shadow scrawled on it. Inspect the receipt. Cash on delivery receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Mari's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. Right, Mari's Meat Emporium and zebra meat. 4th page. A receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom door, set to the combination of 342 436. Alright. So now we know about this wall safe from reading the diary, that we didn't have this interaction before. Broken mirrors hiding a small wall safe. Safe beeps cheerfully in response to the door comes open. So that's one thing I kind of like. You get the safe code and you don't have to like write it down and memorize it. It just sort of like tells the game that your character knows the code from reading the diary. What's in here? She had a grenade in her safe. Okay. It's a framed painting of the Chicago skyline done in stylized silhouette. Stands littered with action movies and cigarette butts. Alright, check this pile. Close again. Alright. So that's all we can learn. Maybe we can go downstairs and ask Ms Kubota about this Paco guy. Ah, there we go. Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, a member of the Cutters. He is a good kid and a nasty line of work. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. Heard of Mari's Meat Emporium? Her face twisted in disgust. No, I am a vegetarian. I mean, even a vegetarian might have heard of it. Did you know Jin Park sold Coyote a gun recently? Be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers. Around here, you need a gun just to take trash out to the dumpster. Have a date with Paco at Pike Place Market in the next half hour. If you would go down there, it might bring me peace of mind. I'll call a cab for you. It should be able to get you there in time. Kambat Kudasai. Alright. Look, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese, so apologies to all people who understand how that should be pronounced. Alright, do you have anything else for Mr. Nuke? Nothing's not interested. Alright, so now that our walking around is working. Alright, so nobody's gonna sell us any better hacking stuff right now. Unfortunate. Alright, we're gonna leave Park Place Market. Catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market, a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate arcologies. New word to me. For many, these arcologies are home. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now, it's a market for all things, legal and illegal. A melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. Okay. Welcome to Pike Place Market. Now, episode has gone long enough, so we will pick back up here, and I will see you next time.